said, starting with the Deputy Speaker.
Good afternoon, Mheshimiwa Bore.
Thank you.
First, I want to give you my heartiest congratulations on being nominated as for the position of Cabinet Secretary, Labor and Social Protection. As a women's rights activist, I am immensely proud that you're here today. And I know that some people said I shouldn't say that, but I have no apologies, Honorable Chair. Yes. So I want to ask you, one of the key pillars of the Kenya Kwanza manifesto is establishment of the universal social security system and revamping NSSF. So which specific social protection interventions will you embrace to achieve this pillar? Thank you.
We'll take 4, then you respond. Kimani Ichungwa.
Thank you, Chair. Chair Florence worked with me in the Budget and Appropriations Committee before we were evicted and ended up again together in the Members' Welfare Committee. So I know her capacity. But Florence, you've been nominated into a very critical ministry, Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. And you've had the pronouncement by His Excellency President on increasing, or rather changing our culture of savings and increasing the contributions to NSSF by everybody in the country, both employed and those who are not in formal employment. I would want to hear what your plan would be to ensure that we achieve this, and more so, even from those who are not employed. What strategies will you deploy to make sure that you encourage even those who are not in formal employment to get into savings? 2, you have seen stories of our young people who have been treated to very inhumane treatment in some countries, more so in the Middle East, a few countries in the Middle East. You remember the case of the young lady from Bomet County, your neighboring county, and many others from Kilifi and all over. I want to hear what interventions, again, if you are approved as minister, you would have to ensure that our young people are not treated to inhumane conditions wherever they go to work around the world. And more so, what interventions you would be proposing in your ministry to ensure that if any Kenyan is suffering out there, they have a way of getting back to the country without delay. Lastly, the working force in the West, basically in Western Europe, even in the Americas, they have an aging working class. And here back at home, we have a very big population of young and very productive people who are very well trained and educated. I want to hear what you intend to do as minister to ensure that you tap into that market in the West, even in other Far East countries like South Korea. They also have that problem of having an aging working group. Yet we have that labor here that we can be able to export there. I want to hear just what your strategies would be to make sure that we get into those other areas other than Kenyans just looking into the Middle East, where they get mistreated and they could get job opportunities in the Far East and in the Western countries.